up, Domino community? I'm Lily Hevish, and today I'll be teaching you how to build the piano technique. So get your dominoes and let's start building. The piano technique is a super fun domino trick. It gets its name because it kind of looks like a piano with keys. It doesn't use a lot of dominoes, like you probably just need 10 dominoes. But to start off, it's super simple. You're gonna take some dominoes and put them flat on the ground next to each other horizontally. If you want to be really precise with this, you could also get a ruler or some sort of straight edge. I'm just gonna use the back of a template to make this a little bit more precise. And now you can start making the keys. So I'm gonna use white dominoes for the second layer. What we're going to do is put the dominoes on top of these flat dominoes. You'll notice that when I place the domino, if it's halfway on, there's a chance that it's going to fall over just because there's more weight on this side. And that's what we actually want. We don't want it to be resting like this. This would be too far on the actual flat domino. We want to move it more so it's ready to fall. What you could do is kind of like preset them if this helps you. I'm lining up all these white dominoes on the edge of where these dominoes, these yellow dominoes land. So it's about half a domino distance, or like this much distance, if you can see. Now from here, I'm gonna use another color so you can see this really well. You're gonna take another domino and put it on top of these white dominoes. So this blue domino is going to act as a weight, which holds up the white dominoes underneath it. Now, if you look at this from the side, you'll see that this domino is not on the edge of the white domino underneath, and it's not so far that it's going to just fall off. So this front face of the blue domino is along the same line as the front face of this yellow domino. See how this blue domino is exactly in line with this yellow domino underneath it? That's kind of where you want to place the domino, because that'll allow a really easy trigger because it's already like on the edge ready for it to fall. Now I'm going to just continue the line, take another blue domino and put it right next to it. I find sometimes it helps to put a very, very small gap in between the dominoes on top so that they're kind of disconnected and one won't kind of trip up another one that's trying to topple after it. And of course, you can also turn the piano technique. That's just a matter of angling the dominoes on the ground very slightly. Now, it's okay to go off of the half domino distance in between the white keys. If you need to make it a little bit larger or a little bit shorter because of a curve, that's totally fine. I'm just gonna make sure it all looks pretty nice and even. Generally though, I like to keep the domino that's on top about halfway on the flat domino underneath. All right, so now once you've built your line of keys for the piano technique, we're going to build the line to trigger it. The dominoes on top will be falling towards me. And I've actually found that it's more reliable to topple it from the back. So the domino is kind of pushing the domino in the same direction. So we're gonna place this domino right in between the two white keys, and it's going to hit directly in the middle of this blue domino. And all we need to do is just make it a simple line. Now, if you find that your domino line is moving really fast and it kind of triggers this domino to fly off without hitting this domino, you can always slow down the line by adding a sideways domino. That can help to slow the line if you run into problems, but it's not necessary. And once you get to the end, to trigger it back to a domino line, we're going to put a domino in between the two white keys. The blue domino is going to be falling towards me, so I want it on this side. And to help this domino fall over, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly and very carefully lean this first domino on the second one. So that way it just needs a very small tap to hit this domino and continue the chain. This leaning domino here will also help it to be a little bit more reliable. And that's the piano technique. So how does this piano technique work? Well, first the starting domino will go, this line falls, and that'll hit this blue domino, which topples over and presses down the keys of the piano. So once that happens, the domino on top of the key will also fall over, which hits the next key and the next key and just keeps on going in a chain reaction all the way till the end when it hits this leaning domino and it can go back to a domino line. So let's see if this works. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, that's so satisfying. I love the sound. It's just like clink, 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 clink. It's a cool trick because it's really slow as well. So if you need like timing lines or just something to change up the pace of your domino setups, this is a really neat trick to use. It's very simple to make and I think it looks cool. It's like a wave of dominoes that are just like shifting over very slightly. What's cool is you could also put dominoes in front of all of these blue dominoes to make like a field of domino lines that are triggered by the piano technique. There's a lot of ways to use it, so get your dominoes, have fun, and if you don't have dominoes, I recommend H5 Domino Creations. These are my own brand of dominoes made in collaboration with Spin Master, so definitely go get that. The link is in the description, or go to hevish5.com/buydominoes. If you'd like to suggest another tutorial for a domino trick, I will put the link in the description as well. That's at hevish5.com/getinvolved. And our featured community member is Zaminos. Dominoes left this awesome comment on my last video. Thank you so much for being part of the discussion and, you know, putting some nice thought into this. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and as always, I'm Lily Hevish, and keep on building.